Hey, what's going on, America? How's it going? I'm back. You know what I mean? My name is Lewis Icewater, aka Duquan Hicks, and this is Connected Dots. All right, let's do this right. And we're going to start it off with, first of all, rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. Man, we just losing more and more hip hop icons, and it's health reasons. And I hate that this is happening in hip hop. Um, I don't know what happened. No one knows what happened. I just want to say rest in peace. He was an icon, Fat Man Scoop. He's done a lot of joints, a lot of party anthems that we play still to this day. His voice was very iconic. And I want to say rest in peace to him and my condolences to him and his family, man. And yo, man, we got to get it together. We got to get our health together, man. I know people, and I'm one of them. So I'm speaking on it myself because I'm trying to get my health together. So we have to get our health together. If there's something wrong with you and you know it's something wrong with you, don't ignore these signs. Take care of yourself, please, because we want to see you live long and prosperous. Too many of our hip hop pioneers are dying early, and we have to start taking care of ourselves, man. But like I said, rest in peace. And to everybody else, please take care of yourself. Word. Also, I'm going to talk about MC Lyte. The reason why I'm going to talk about MC Lyte is because she is showing a lot of women how to market without degrading her body. I call this the Lyte, MC Lyte factor. You know what I'm saying? She came out with the song called King King, which was smart. She talked about the fellas and the husbands and the dudes out here representing, doing what they supposed to do, calling us kings. See that? Number one. Number two, another marketing move that was great. She said, yo, I want y'all to come up with a remix with this song right here. And everybody came up with remixes galore. See, that's how you use your head. She knows how to market. She knows how to market without selling her body and her soul. You get what I'm saying? Women, you need to follow this. Follow this. And number three, her new song, Thank You. Praising God and praising everything that she went with. Mary, the joint is bananas. I can't wait for her album. Like I said, the marketing behind what she's doing is smart, is energetic, and this is how a woman is supposed to conduct herself. So follow MC Lyte. I can't wait to hear her album. And all these raunchy girls out here, y'all need to follow that. Follow the blueprint that she's putting out. She's showing you. I don't have to degrade my body. I don't have to be on a pole. I don't have to clap my booty cheeks to get recognized. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. So what's up? One love to MC Lyte. I love what you're doing. Keep what you're doing. Show these women that you can be classy and still make it. You digs? So anyway, let's talk about the influence of New York. I'm going to talk about the influence of New York in hip hop. I can talk about the influence of New York in a lot of different ways, clothes, but I ain't going to do that. I don't have that much time for that. So we just going to break it down for hip hop. And people say, why are you doing this, dude? I don't want to hear about New York. I'm tired of y'all coming to our town, our city, doing out. I think y'all all that. Hush. Hush, kill the noise. Pause, first of all. Second of all, if you don't want to hear about this part of the segment, yo, leave the page. Leave the page. I got to put it out there for one, because there's a lot of people that don't know the history of how we connect the dots, how New York is connected to every place, every city, every country, how we connect the dots to make everything what it is today. So, you probably saying, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Okay, let's talk about New Orleans, that bounce sound. That sound that you always hear in their songs, that came from a song called Trigger Man. And Trigger Man they out of Queens. The song is called Trigger Man, and the group is out of Queens, New York. And New Orleans adopted that bounce sound, and they call it bounce. But they got that from a New Yorker. See how you connect the dots? Let's talk about the other thing. Let's talk about early South rap. MC Shy D, right? He represent Georgia or Florida, one of them. He represent the South, right? But guess what? Shy D from New York. You get what I'm saying? See how the dots connect? Okay, if you want to bring, let's connect it more. Let's talk about Two Live Crew. One of the members of the Two Live Crew, Marquise, he from Rochester, New York. Come on, see how New York is connected? Even when y'all first started your hip hop, New York is still connected in that kettle of hip hop. You get what I'm saying? I just had to break it down because people don't understand. Okay, you want to talk? Let's talk about the West Coast. Let's talk about the early artists that came out in the West Coast besides NWA. We could talk about Young MC. Came out on the West Coast, but he's from Queens. We could talk about Def Jeff. He came out on the West Coast, but he's from the Bronx. We could talk about Digital Underground. They came out on the West Coast. Shock G from Brooklyn. They had Tupac dancing for him. Tupac from New York. You see what I'm saying? You see how the dots connect? You get what I'm saying? I'm just going to show you how. Let's talk about Ice Cube's first album when he went solo. And it's one of his best albums to the day, America's Most Wanted. Guess who did it? Public Enemies Group, New York. See how we connected? Then let's talk about Houdini for a second. Yeah, they from New York, but guess what? They had a dancer by the name of Jermaine Dupri, right? ATL's finest. Guess what? See how that connected with New York? So I want you to understand, you can hate on us all you want to, but we influence every state in the United States. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. And I'm not trying to be boastful when I say this. I'm not trying to be conceited. I'm just breaking down facts. There's a difference between being conceited and boastful and breaking down facts. You dig what I'm saying? It's because you breaking down something don't mean you this and that. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, or they're afraid to hear the truth. So when they hear the truth, they get in their feelings. They get in their feelings. But it's the truth. You know it. Do the homework. Google it up. What I just said is an influence of New York City. So when you have your best artists, your top five, if you ever name your top five, there's always going to be at least one or two New York artists in your top five. You say Jay-Z's in your top five in New York. You say Nas or Tupac, they're guess what? They're in New York. So we're always going to be there. Top five DJs is going to always be a New York DJ in there. So that's all I'm saying. So when you say all these things, you could hate us, love us, whatever. I just had to get off my soapbox and break that down. We were a part of everything that is moving now. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? So let's talk about Profile Records. I'm bringing up Profile Records because they never get talked about and they need to get talked about. Just like Jive Records, just like Loud Records, and just like Sleeping Bag Records. These record companies back in the day did a lot of things. A lot of things. Profile had Run DMC and Special Ed. Sweet Tea. They had some hitters on Profile, man. Hitters. You know what I mean? But no one never talks about Profile. It's like they forgot what the record label was. Sleeping Bag. Oh my God. I'll just say EPMD. I just throw that out there. Boom. You know what I mean? Sleeping Bag Records had them. Let's talk about Tommy Boy. De La Soul. You know what I mean? So like I said before, these early record companies need their flowers as well. Sleeping Bag, Tommy Boy, Profile. They need, hey, y'all need your flowers, man. Y'all need your flowers. And I think that we need to start doing homework. Y'all need to Google up these record companies I just said, because these record companies paved the way for the Def Jams and the Death Row and for So Def and Bad Boy, the ones that y'all know. But these record companies back in the day, they started the blueprints, man. They started this blueprint that was so dope. If I'm skipping a record label back in the days, type, comment, put it on there. I'm just talking about the ones that I know and the ones that I like. EMI, let's throw that in there as well. EMI was pretty dope too. But like I said before, hey, you have to do your homework. If you're a hip hop historian, you can't just be stuck on one era. You got to learn other eras too. That's the only way you're going to see what hip hop is about. You can't say like, you know, this era was better than this era until you actually did the homework on all the eras of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. Then you can see, now I see what he's talking about. Now I see what he's saying. Now I see what he means. You know what I mean? With that being said, man, again, rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. Like I said, I didn't really know you like that, but I knew you was an icon, and I knew you did a lot of party songs and a lot of party anthems. And I want to say rest in peace again to Fat Man Scoop, and my condolences to him and his family. And yo, please, let's get our health right. You know what I mean? Let's get it right. Peace, love, and blessings. One.